Okay, y'all, it is day 4, and I feel like I've been hit by a train. I did some writing into the night. I can't even remember if I gave an update on the word count. So for this one, I ended the night with, it looks like my chapter 3 finished with 2,549 words, and the document overall was 8,032. I'm going to spend some time today, really most of the day, just going at this. I want to devote like a solid 8 hours like I'm at work, and get some stuff done. I'm still enjoying this book, and yeah, it's still in the new honeymoon phase, but I'm trying to extend that honeymoon phase. Well, make sure that I can write this book within that honeymoon phase, but I am enjoying this in a way that is new and it feels good. So this is my quick little check-in, because as far as these videos, I don't know. I can't remember what was last stated. So I'm going to get me some food, throw some laundry in, and sit back down to write, because I'm ready to get through these next couple chapters.
I told you so.
Okay, so I am finished chapter 3. I'm into chapter 4, which is going to take a little bit more crafting. So I am treating today like writing is my job. So this first leg of the shift, before I take my break, I'm going to dive into the chapter 4. I think I may have to do some work with like moving some pieces around. There's some new information that I discovered while writing from the first couple chapters that I need to fold into this one. Yeah, I need to do that. And I know this book is going to be a bit longer than I anticipated, simply because I know the beginning is really setting up, so these chapters are kind of long, but with the amount of information that's included, I'm hoping this will carry me through the end, at least into Act 3, without having to have such long chapters. But if they are, whatever, I'm not opposed to it. It's just interesting seeing this laid out in this way, and then like having that kind of barometer of knowing like where I am in the story, because it's my story, and then also seeing the progress in the document. So that's what I'm going to do, is move on to make my little bullet points and reevaluating the flow, the series of events, and go from there. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll do another update later on, but yeah, that's it. Y'all, I don't think I know how to write a novella. I do not know how to write a novella. I just finished chapter 4, and I'm going to move on to chapter 5 in a minute. In my mind, I said, oh, 40,000 words. I'm going to get this story out. I am at 10,255 words in 4 chapters. Do you know how many more chapters I have left? Like, I wanted so desperately for this to be, there's no way this to be no. This is, at the very least, will be a 50,000 word book. Like, there's no, like, I don't think I know how to write. My God, today I don't, like, there's so much more, and I'm thinking, I don't know. There's so much more. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying this book. I'm having fun writing. I'm having fun in the world with the characters. But like, This is not good. This is so depressing because I set out to write a novella, a 3-novella series, and this is not. So whatever, I don't know. It's early in the process. I'm not going to stress it. I just know that 10K looking at me is pissing me off. I would have expected 10K like maybe through Act 1. I'm still technically in Act 1. Like I'm not, but there is a point. Maybe I could, whatever, I don't know. Whatever words come out is will come out. I'm not going to try to force it. Ideally, it would be a novella, but if it's not, then whatever, shit happens. But there is a portion that I just thought about that I just don't have to spend as much time on. I think I'm going to go that route. Whatever, y'all. Wish me luck. So I am going on my lunch. I'm taking a lunch break. And I have actually, well, it's not really a big discovery, but there is a book that I have been working on, and this working on was so loose. It was about these 3 friends over the summer. There was the end of the summer, like their lives changed, relationship stuff, job stuff, and whatnot. It was like the last summer before they wouldn't be together consistently as friends like they had been in the past. And that book, I like it. I have 90s vibes. I'm thinking like New York, some like Do the Right Thing influences, just a lot of summer New York, Afro punk, all that. And I was having a problem figuring out like where to set that story and like what time period, like would it be 90s or would it just be 90s influenced? So I'm still like working that out. That's not something I'm working on actively, but that is a project that has a lot of bare bones in not different places. It's all in the same place, but I have a story for that. This fictional city, I already have the neighborhood for this story. Like making this fictional city and giving it as much detail as I have has solved so many problems with so many different manuscripts. Like even one that I created, I'm trying to think what I have mentioned this on the channel. It's a dark academia story that is, I started maybe 3-4 years ago, and I have a good portion of it done. And even that, just know this shit is, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Don't do it 'cause it doesn't work.
All right, I've been in this motherfucker vibing. Got my playlist going. I'm added to my little playlist and shit. I am still not done for the night. It is mad early because again, I'm treating today like this is my job. So this is honestly overtime because after I ate and laid down and took that nap, I've been up writing. It is, oh yeah, I'm good. Like I'm early. So I have lost track of where I am, and not in a bad way, like, oh, what's going on? No, like as far as like documenting. So I'm just going to give a quick blanket update because I didn't think I would get this far so quickly, I guess. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I left off at like chapter 4. Just to be safe, let me go into chapter 3. So chapter 3, we ended with 2,566 words. I'm gonna go chapter by chapter. Chapter 4, 2,206 words. Move on to chapter 5, that's 1,322 words. Chapter 6, 668. Now with this one, this is a relatively shorter chapter, but there's reason for it. Then we get to chapter 7. So I'm well into 7, y'all, and that is 1,563 words, giving us a grand total at this time of 13,808 words. Now, this makes me feel good because, again, however long the book is just how it is. But where I was really nervous that I maybe wasn't going to get that novella word count. I'm thinking with the amount of things that has like transpired in these last 3 chapters and the amount of progress that's been made in the story, I may still meet my novella word count. I may, and I'm hoping so. I mean, if I don't, again, whatever, but I am like powering through this outline. I still have much more to go, like much more. I'm still in Act 1, but the chapters that are a bit shorter, they're able to be, because they're jam-packed with information, sure, but there's a lot of shit happening. And so I'm just overall feeling good. Now, there's a possibility I might not make I might surpass that novella word count, but I'm feeling good. I'm getting through the story. So I'm going to take a little break, not long, like quite literally maybe 20 minutes to like decompress, throw some laundry in, and get a little snack and get right back to it, because this, I'm feeling so good about this. My God. All right, y'all. So I'm not even tired. It's late and I could probably stay up and get another couple hours in. And to be honest, I might, but I'm going to wrap up this video here because I feel like this is a good place to stop. And I think it's a good place to stop and give a quick update, because I may be able to do this with novella length. So I do not recall, when I edit I'll be able to make note of it, but I do not recall where I left off. I don't know what chapter or what word count. What I do know is, as of right now, before my plan is to get into bed, I just completed chapter 9. That's a relatively short chapter. I'm noticing that there is a good mix of chapter lengths here. And with this chapter, it's 710 words. And that doesn't maybe seem like a lot, but for what is happening in this chapter, that makes sense. And once you read it, you'll see the actual like formatting of it and everything. For the book overall, having just finished that 9th chapter, I'm at 16,962, and that number at this stage of the book is what makes me feel like I'm probably going to make my novella word count goal, because I am moving through, like I'm stopping now because there's this big scene that's coming up next. And not that I don't think I can write it, because whatever, I can do it now, I can knock it out. But I forget which video I mentioned it, but I heard some writing advice was like, stop right when you're like on the road, like in the middle of a scene, or for a scene that you're anticipating writing coming up next, so that you can jump right back into the groove. And I don't know if that works. I think I did it. It wasn't one of these videos in the series, but I think I'm hoping that'll work out for me with this one. Again, I could maybe stay up a little bit longer and just knock that out, but I'm going to try my best to have some self-control. That scene is coming up, and after that, there's 2 other scenes that I need to flesh out. That in my outline it just says do this, that, and the third, or this happens, and I'm not worried about that at all. Like, I'm on a roll. Just in the course of 4 days, I've gotten to 16K, of good, solid, usable words. And also, if I can go back a little bit, I know I mentioned that my drafts aren't clean, and this one is surprisingly very clean. Like, of course, it will still need some editing, but I'm able to write, fix whatever little spelling errors, commas, or whatever else, and I just keep it moving. Like, I'm not stagnant. Like, I just when I finished this chapter, I went back and read from chapter 5 on to chapter 9. That was just to like get a sense of the story, because I don't want to keep going back and rereading. if I do go back and reread it for a specific thing, like the name of a street or the name of a restaurant or something, it's not about like trying to enjoy the story. I'm like, let me get through this. So that being said, this draft is like surprisingly very clean. My outline has all the errors, but who cares? So yeah, that being said, there are actually two big scenes coming up. There's a big scene, then these like smaller instances, and then one of the plot twists shows up. So I don't know, we'll see. So that being said, I'm going to wrap things up here and get into bed. And again, for tomorrow, hopefully double what I've did today. Double it and give it to the next person. All right, y'all.
Look out for myself. I've been happy, working hard, so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could have done this.